Hi, this is Lori from Shoo Shoo Paper Art, and today we're going to make this adorable Christmas card. It starts with this darling image that's a printable from my blog, and I'll be sure to link to it so you can find it easily. And I'm not exactly sure what to call this kind of card. I think maybe a sliding easel card might work. It works by pulling a tab in the back, and it raises this up. I don't know if you can see this or not very well here in the something like that. Okay, and then you have a sentiment here, which says, mine says, "Here comes Santa Claus." And then you have a sentiment here, "Merry Christmas," and you can sign and do whatever you want to here, maybe a little note or something like that. Isn't that cool? I just love the way this opens. All right, so I had to think about the dimensions on this, and it all starts with the size of the image. So if you print it the size that I have it on my blog, then it's going to be about 3 3/8 by 5 1/4 or so. So that's what I started with. Now I knew that I needed there to be kind of a frame space around the image. So I added about 1/2 inch on each side, 3/4 of an inch on the bottom, and an inch on the top, I believe. We'll look at that a little bit closer when it comes time to put this together. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 pieces of paper. One is the cardstock background, and one is the pattern paper, and they are going to be the same size. What I did is I took my image and laid it on top of the paper. And again, you can see there's 1/2 inch on each side, about 3/4 of an inch on the bottom, and about an inch on the top. Okay. Now the other thing that I'm going to do is put a little half circle here just so that you can easily pull it out. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, especially with the way I've made this, but you can definitely add it if you want to. Okay, so you're going to trace around the image, and this is going to start the window. Once you've traced around it, then you're going to need to cut it out on 3 sides. Do not cut across the top. You only want to cut the right and left sides and the bottom so that it looks like this when you have it done. Once you have that window cut, then you're going to score it to create the easel. Okay, let me do this top first. This will make it a lot easier. Okay. The top we are going to score all the way across. So I'm just scoring at the very top of where the frame was, and that makes it easy to open up the window. Okay. Now I'm just going to fold that back and get it out of my way, and that makes it a lot easier. All right, let's make sure it's straight. I'm going to give myself 3/4 of an inch here on the bottom. And I want to give myself 2 1/2 inches here on the top to make the easel. So this is about 5 1/4, so 2 inches is going to be 3 1/4. Hold that down. And that's going to give us our easel pieces. All right, so that's all the scoring that we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. All right, the next thing we're going to do is this tag piece right here, the part that you actually pull, okay? All right, so let's get started with that. It is the same size as the open window, except that you need it to stick out at the top so that you have something to pull. So go ahead and add let's go ahead and measure it just to give you kind of an idea. All of this is kind of rough measurements because it may depend on what your image is and what size it is. It looks like I gave myself about 1.5 inches extra on the top for the tag. If you're going to put a layer on the tag, this is the time to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue the tag to the window piece. And we're only going to glue it to this bottom 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that up. And then I'm going to fold this part down. This is going to be underneath, and it needs to be glued just like that. You can already see that when this is flat, the tag is lower. When I pull the tag, it's going to raise that up into the easel. So we've already done the hard part. Okay. Now you want to take this whole thing and glue it down to the back piece. I already have my sentiment because I've made several of these and I have to make several more for people who have ordered them. But I think I would wait to stamp anything on there until you have it all on there so that you know exactly where it's going to go and where the window is going to be when you pull it. Okay? All right, so let's put glue on the edges, and we only want to put glue on the bottom and the side up to about where we made the score. First thing I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to go ahead and erase the lines that I made. Turn this over and put some adhesive. You could of course use tape or whatever you like. That is the main part, the hard part of this card. You've got the back on, it slides up, slides down. Awesome, right? Very cool. All right, so let's take a look at how this one is decorated. On the front of the easel, I've added this background piece and the image. So let's talk about that for a second. Okay. This is the same size as my image. I just added some trim on the top. I didn't completely cover it with glitter because I knew that I was going to glue my image down a little bit in the middle because I didn't want it moving around too much. So, and glitter sometimes makes it hard to have things, stick really well. So that's why this looks so funny, but it works. So I went with it. When you glue your piece on the front, you don't want to glue anything to this bottom piece. You want to only glue it to where the easel is. So that is going to glue right on to the easel. All right, so there we go. There's the piece. Look how it comes right up. Perfect. Okay. Then you can just decorate it however you wish. This one, I added the image on the front. This is the little wooden Christmas tree that also got glitter and a little die-cut star with glitter. There's a doily, cute little wreath with a cutout bow, all clipped on with clothespin and this pretty see-through pink ribbon. On the pull tab, I added a wooden reindeer, a little circular cutout, and a pull tab. I just love it. I think this is so fun, and I think the people that get it will like it too. One thing you have to be careful of if you add something here that's thick is the closing. It doesn't close as easy as if you don't add anything. But I kind of thought it was worth it to go ahead and add this because I think he's so cute. All right, so slipping back in there. There you go. There's what the card looks like completely flat. You could, if you needed to mail it, you certainly could. You could put it in a heavy duty envelope to mail. So that would be cool to receive in the mail. Wouldn't it be fun to open that up and pull that tab and watch it pop up? All right, so I hope you make a sliding easel card. You can always find me at shushupaperart.com. Thank you.